In 2024, I visited 8 different separate gated parks, theme parks and water parks alike. And in this video, we are going to take an overview as to where I've been this past year. And I also want to have some fun and actually count the number of roller coasters in each park that I rode at least once, tally them all up at the end to find out how many coasters is that going to be. So make sure you stay tuned till the end for that total number. And also stay tuned to this channel because over the coming off season, I am going to be giving you my 2024 thoughts and tips and tricks and reviews for each one of these parks I talked to you about, what I experienced, and also what, if anything, is coming for 2025 in each one of these parks. So let's start with the list of parks that I visited this year. And here they are in no particular order. Kings Island, Kings Dominion, Cedar Point, Busch Gardens Williamsburg, Water Country USA, Hershey Park, Knoebels, and Dorney Park. So I started my 2024 theme park season in Kings Island in April, and I will finish it this winter at their Winterfest event. But this video is only going to be about the actual traditional spring and summer season for our parks. We're not going to talk about special events or any off-season programs because those don't always have all the roller coasters and other amenities and offerings available. So we're only focusing on spring and summer. So let's get started with Kings Island. So Kings Island is probably my favorite park of all. It spans 364 acres. It's in Mason, Ohio, which is just under 30 miles north of Cincinnati. I visited there in April 2024 and again in August of 2024. This park has a total of 15 roller coasters, with Snoopy's Soapbox Racers being the newest addition to the park this year. It was a fun ride. Out of those 15 roller coasters, I checked off 13 of them since I did not ride the 2 kiddie coasters. So that brings us to a start count of 13 roller coasters. Next up, we stay in Ohio and we just travel north to Cedar Point. As we know it, some of us, America's roller coast, where not only are you looking at world-class roller coaster collection, but those sweeping Lake Erie views all around you. Located in Sandusky, Ohio, this park comes in as of 2024 with 17 roller coasters, even though Top Thrill 2 stood standing but not operating for basically the entire season, save for a little more than a week at the beginning of the year. Now, I was actually able to get a ride on Top Thrill 2 early on in the year before it closed, as well as 14 other roller coasters there, bringing that park to 15 coasters total, which will give me a grand total, as of now, of 28 coasters from the Ohio parks alone. 2 big coaster parks, lots of coaster credits for this year. Let's go to east now to Hershey Park. And prior to 2024, I only visited Hershey as a young kid and I don't remember much about it. So I thought a few trips this summer would give me an opportunity to experience a park like Hershey as an adult. And 121 acres situated between Harrisburg and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Hershey Park has 14 amazing roller coasters, which is the most in any park in Pennsylvania. Now, I was able to ride 10 of those 14 coasters, and I say that they're all amazing, even though I didn't ride them all, because I've been on roller coasters similar to those and have seen amazing reviews. Some of them just don't agree with me on a physical level, like the things that spin indoors or go forwards and backwards. So I miss things like Jolly Rancher Remix or Wild Mouse and Laugh Track. And I also didn't ride their kiddie or family coaster Coco Cruiser. So that means out of all of those roller coasters, I have now was able to ride 10. So now bringing my count to 38. So will I be able to get over 50 coasters or maybe hit 100? Let's keep going and find out. Further east and a little north from Hershey lies Knoebels Amusement Resort in Ellisburg, Pennsylvania. This was my first visit here, never been there before, and I have to tell you, I was really surprised by my experience. I can't wait to share my thoughts with you in its own video down the line, which will come up. But let's go on because we have more coasters to count up. See, this park, Knoebels, is family owned with a ticketing system in place and free admission, meaning you only pay for the rides you want to ride, or you could just buy an all-day wristband, which I did, or you don't have to ride anything at all. Out of the 6 total coasters from this park, I rode 4 of them because the other 2 were kiddie coasters that I did not ride. And each of those 4 were so extremely unique. So with those 4, that brings me from 38 to 42 coasters. So staying in Pennsylvania, we moved to another legacy Cedar Fair park, which Cedar Fair, the legacy parks, much like Kings Island or Cedar Point or even Kings Dominion on this list, it brings us to Dorney Park in Allentown, Pennsylvania. It sits right outside of Allentown, PA. Actually, it's in Dorneyville, Pennsylvania proper, and boasts easy access from either I-78 or I-95 in PA. It has a total of 8 roller coasters. Now, this was another park that I had never been to before until this year, and I was extremely shocked at what I discovered at this really, really lovely park. New for this year there was Iron Menace, which is a dive coaster. I hopped on that bad boy along with 6 other coasters for a total of 7 coasters at Dorney, making my grand total now 49. So I'm almost to 50, not sure I'll make it to 100. So let's make our way to the last 3 parks on the list, which are all located in Virginia, starting with Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, which is a standalone park, and then it's separate gated water park, Water Country, USA. Now, Busch Gardens itself, the theme park, has been consistently voted the most beautiful park by Amusement Today's Golden Ticket Awards, and it's easy to see why. It's a beautiful park. There are currently 9 operating coasters at that park, 8 of which I have ridden. This park is also one of my favorites because of its sheer beauty, coaster collection, similar to Kings Island, just so beautiful, and Kings Dominion too. It's just beautiful parks. Its layout has different countries and backgrounds and food, and it's just amazing. So my total coaster count for 2024, adding the 8 in from Busch Gardens, now brings me to 57. Now, on the topic of Busch Gardens, as I mentioned, I also visited Water Country, USA. It is a beautiful and fun water park, but no roller coasters to count here. So we're going to mark those 2 off and move on to, last but not least, Kings Dominion, which is located in Doswell, Virginia, a little over an hour north of Busch Gardens. Now, Kings Dominion is a sister park to Kings Island, and there are a ton of similarities, and there's a ton of differences. But I love the feel of Kings Dominion. Again, another beautiful park. 12 coasters currently there, each being so unique and different, making it feel a lot like the collections at maybe Cedar Point or Kings Island, maybe even Busch Gardens. During my visit, I rode 9 of the 12 coasters. I missed the 2 kiddie coasters and Tumbili, which is a little too much spinning for me. So my total coaster count for 2024 brings me to 66, which is insane. Now, that's just individual coasters. I did not count coasters twice that have 2 tracks on them, like Gemini at Cedar Point, Racer or Racer 75, which is at Kings Island or Kings Dominion, respectively, or even Lightning Racer at Hershey Park. I only counted those as 1 roller coaster. I also did not count in that number of 66 how many times I rode each coaster, as I was more interested this year on how many individual coasters I can get on versus how many laps I could do. But I will tell you that my overall laps on the coasters are well over 120, so basically double the laps versus how many coasters I actually went on. And that, for me, is the most I've ever done ever in a single amusement park season in my entire life. And I'm going to break down each of those roller coasters that I was on and the laps I took and the food and some of the other great stuff in my upcoming individual park videos, which will be coming over the off season. So if you like coasters, if you like cruising, or maybe you like both, hit the like button. It's free to do that. Hit the subscribe button. It's free to do that. Stick with me here at Strength Yoga Freedom Adventures by Justin to hang out and have fun, enjoying life, and living it with a passion and drive, just like we do in yoga. And also, for more yoga related content, make sure you visit Dragonfly Studios by 330 Reiki for inspirational things, life-changing experiences from my friend Tavi, as well as myself. So I'll see you on the midways, and I'll see you on board.